right, guys, it is 8:35. Happy January 17th, coming to you full of excitement, full of gratitude, and full of reflection. As you guys know, what we have been through this last week, obviously we're not out of the woods exactly yet. It's going to be a long process for my wife to fully heal, to get better. She'll be on blood thinners probably for the rest of her life. And so, I'm going to say it once again, you guys, take care of yourself, take care of your temple, take care of your body. Be very, very, choosy and be very wise about what's going into your body. Think about the alcohol you're consuming, think about the things that are not serving your body, inflammation, all of these things, you guys. I promise you, this should be a year that we all dive into our fitness and our nutrition. And I promise you that that's something that I'm so committed to. And so thank you once again for all the messages, all the reach out, all the offers of help. Can I bring the kids food? Can I just come by? Whatever it was. I just want to say thank you once again. So I'm going to have somebody bring us out on the field, as always, in true keep it moving fashion. And this person's going to set the tone, set the sentiment for the morning. So I'm going to go right over to Aaron Chris. Aaron Chris, you're in the middle of my screen, bottom middle of my screen. I'm going to have you take yourself off of mute and have you bring us out on the field on this beautiful, beautiful Friday morning. Let's go.
All right, well, I'm approaching today as I get to do these beautiful things that we get to do every day. I get to appreciate life in general and the blessing that it is that we have our family, our loved ones, our community here. And then when you take that energy into the world full of gratitude, it comes back to you. It just keeps coming back to you. So I say, no matter what trials and tribulations you might be facing, find the good in the situation, find the lessons in the situation, keep that energy positive, keep that vibration high, and you'll reap the rewards.
Man, I absolutely love it. I appreciate the sentiment, appreciate the words. Really good stuff. You guys, as you know, we are on the eve and it just came out this morning. It was a news interruption that the TikTok ban has officially gone into place as of Sunday. So it's the announcement says, yes, we're going to ban TikTok, and that goes into effect on Sunday. Now, let's see if the government stands in and says, let's give this. I don't know what's going to happen past Sunday, but it has been set in place that come Sunday, TikTok will be banned in the United States of America. So I'm not sure if anybody, and the reason I'm having this conversation, are any of you active on TikTok right now, other than just scrolling and watching mindless shit? Or do you guys actually create and have content on TikTok? All right, so Kelly, I saw Brianna. What's the path look like for you ahead? What are you doing right now in preparation if that platform goes away? I think this is an important conversation. We won't spend too much time there, but Kelly, what are you doing?
Not sure if it's gonna be banned or not, but everyone's moved over to the little red book, but it's actually called Red Note. And but we're also like just using other social medias.
Okay, so do you have videos that you're going to be that also live on Instagram, or is it a different type of videos that you have on TikTok? Like, what are you
Yeah,
doing?
they're different over there.
Okay.
They're not the same.
All right, and then how about those followers? Have you started to migrate those followers? Are they living on in your
Some
database?
have migrated, but not all, and I haven't really worked too hard to try to get them to move, but others have.
Okay. All right, cool. And then what about you, Chicken Mom? Is there anything that you are doing? Do you have tons of chicken content on there that you're moving over, telling your audience to follow me on Instagram? What's that look like for you?
I started moving everyone over to my Instagram a while ago, the last time they were talking about that. So I went and followed people that didn't follow me that I still wanted to have on my Instagram, and I've just been more on my Instagram. I did read that TikTok is going to be banned from the app stores. If you currently have it downloaded, you will still be able to use the platform. You just will not be able to, if you get a new phone, you will not be able to download it again. You cannot access it from the internet. But from what I've been reading, it will still be accessible in the current app until they find a way to get it off everyone's phones.
Okay. All right, good stuff. And then Michael, you had your hand up. We won't spend too much time. This is more for curiosity purposes. Let's go, champ.
So I got on TikTok kind of early with Gary Vee messing around. I use it more for editing. Last week they put out an app called Lemonade. It connects to all your TikTok followers if they decide to join that app. So that's an avenue if you want to try to keep in contact with your followers that you have there.
Did you say lemonade?
lemon 8. So like a lemon and a number 8.
Okay. All right, cool. So that's a way to get your people off that platform and on a new platform. I guess I don't know what that is.
It's kind of like Instagram did with Threads, you know, how you can select that if any of your followers from Instagram happen to join Threads, you automatically follow them.
Okay.
It's kind of the same setup there.
Okay. All right, cool. Cool. I was just curious. I wanted to know, and I think that this is the sentiment for every single social media platform. If you're having really good engagement, there's somebody that's liking, somebody that's raised their hand, talk to you about, purchasing a home. Oh, we're thinking about it, whatever the case is. Those people should be moved off the platform. I don't care if it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or whatever new service comes out down the road. Those people need to live somewhere else other than the platform. You'll hear time and time again, DM to CRM, move those people off the platform and then tag them in your CRM that they were from IG, from TikTok, from Facebook, or wherever they are. And so, yeah, important that if you are using those platforms at a very high level, start moving those people off the platform. Speaking about platforms and speaking about TikTok, and I think that this is perfect timing, seeing as this is a person that built their business early on TikTok, but learned to get people off of the platform. On February 5th, we're going to have Glenda Baker as our guest speaker. And I don't know if you guys follow Glenda Baker, but a lot of you do. You guys have seen her stuff for many, many years. She is first and foremost a badass realtor. She serves a very, very large market in the South. She has been a great producer for many, many years, but she's also an influencer on social media. And we're going to have her as a guest. So February 5th, she'll be a guest. I'm going to make sure that I produce all of the marketing and the collateral stuff. Rhea and Roma are working on it already. So you guys have a little bit of time to promote and to bring people out for that session. So Glenda Baker will be our guest on February 5th, and that's going to be on Wednesday. So make sure that you guys are there. Let's pack the house. Let's bring the love and let's bring the energy. And so super excited about having Glenda on. But let's make this all about you guys. Before I go any further, any questions, any comments, any contributions? Oh, wait, is it Chicken Mom's birthday too? Hold on, I'm seeing all kinds of things. Sorry, I saw Jacob early. I know it's his birthday looking like a PIMP. Are you having a birthday as well? Is it Morgan? Is her birthday today?
It is. Today is my birthday.
Well, happy 34th birthday to you.
Let's say.
Yes, I love it. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Jacob, and happy birthday to anybody else that I missed.
Do we sing happy birthday or what? Come on, guys.
All right, go ahead, Cortez. 1, 2, 3, go ahead. Take it away.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Let's say two names.
Happy birthday, dear
Jacob and Brianna. Happy birthday to you. Beautiful.
Y'all can't say nobody love y'all.
Well, I think I heard one good in all of that, but happy birthday. The message was clear. Listen, can you guys remind me when it's somebody's birthday? Do more of that. Just interrupt me and start singing happy birthday. I thought that was really, really special. So Chicken Mom, do you have any plans for today, or do they have any plans for you today?
Yes, we are going to dinner this evening. Me and Brandy are sneaking away and getting pedicures.
Ooh, okay. All right. Where are you guys going to dinner?
We're going to, I don't even remember. It's in Dublin. It's like a Korean place in Dublin.
Beautiful. Hey, there's some really, really good restaurants in Dublin. So that's why I went for my birthday. I went to Dublin because we don't have much good food out here.
No, Central Valley food is.
Really, really good.
Thank you, guys.
Happy birthday. You guys, I would like to welcome you to our newest podcast. It's called the Blessing and Ashley Show. They're going to be doing weekly podcasts from their studio. So love seeing the dream team together. This is cool. I love this imagery, both on the screen. It looks really, really cool. Even though you're looking that way, you're not looking here. I get it. It's like newscasters, right? So I had some questions for you guys as in the spirit of Action Friday. And I want to ask you guys a couple questions. First question is about income producing activities for this week. What I want to know is I want you guys to share some income producing activities that you've taken this week. Was it a certain amount of calls that you made, a certain amount of doors that you knocked, a certain amount of videos that you guys created? I'm seeing a lot more videos. Obviously I'm part of your guys' journey. So who wants to take this first one? Share some specific income producing activities that you've taken this week. And I want some numbers. I don't want like, oh, I knocked on some doors, I created a video. No, I want to know specific numbers for this week. And so feel free if someone else wants to get involved in this conversation as well. But let's go Kelly Hilker. And I want to apologize before we go to Kelly, because I am chewing gum. Now, out of respect for everybody, I'm not just chewing gum to chomp on gum. It's actually neurogum. So it serves a purpose for focus and mentality and all these things that I think that it does, which actually it's pretty good. Anyways, I didn't want to be rude if you guys saw me chewing gum. Kelly Hilker, mic's over to you.
All right, so actually I've done a few things. I started to implement some of the tasks that we are going to be required to do in this group. So I did a video, and then I started texting people on my phone, and I just said, Happy New Year. Just want to remind you that I am in real estate and I'm very passionate about helping you, buy or sell homes. Are you looking to make a move this year? Do you know anybody who's looking to make a move? And I got lots of responses. I only did like 10 of them, but I got 3 buyer's appointments off of that.
Really? Okay, so what was the exact verbiage? Can you drop your script down below or just say it out loud, either or?
Like just basically what I just said. Hi, just reaching out to friends and family. Wanted to wish you a very happy new year, to remind you that I am in real estate and wanted to know if there's anything I can help you with in regards to buying or selling. I'm here to help every step of the way. And also, if you know anybody that's looking to buy or sell, please send them my way. And that was it.
Beautiful. And so they sent you leads?
Text back. No, these were people, friends of mine, that 3 of them were like, let's meet, thinking of buying. So this week I have 3 buyer's appointments off of, it was like 10 that I only sent out so far. And I have like I'm excited. So I just made this video and I just send it.
Okay. All right. I absolutely love it. Very, very simple. Is it something that each of you can do? Absolutely. And imagine if she did that weekly, did that monthly, did that quarterly, what are the results? So really good stuff. Love this. Love that you have intentionality. I want to ask them. Go ahead.
And I just want to know, was it in video or text message that you sent the text in?
So they were video text messages. They were text message of a video of me saying basically just what I said.
Did you personalize it to everybody you sent it to, or did you make one video?
No,
and send
I
it
just
to
said,
everybody?
hi, friends and family. Just wanted to wish you all a happy new year. So friends and family, because I didn't want to have to make a video for every single person, so that's how I did that.
Cool. So if I was a friend and family member, I would have got that message. So, all right, cool. I really, really like that. Anybody else want to share specific income producing activities that you've taken this week? And then furthermore, obviously we know, what is the impact on the business? Anybody else want to share something that they did, launched, scaled? Go ahead, Kelly. Kelly, I see it. And if you do have a contribution, give me an emoji so I don't miss your hand. Let's go, Kelly. Kelly.
Shally and I door knocked our farm in Hercules, and this time we really were able to notice the neighbors remembering us, and we talked to a bunch of the neighbors. We got like 2 people that we've met before that are more interested in buying now. So farming I think it's really smart farming. Certainly.
I think it's totally smart as well. So talk to me through the numbers, Kelly. Kelly, how many people are in your farm?
There's 80 that we just door knock. We figured that out this last time. We thought there might have been more. There is more if we go further, but we spend a lot of time going around the same exact neighborhood like every month or 2 months, and we create different flyers, or we bring flags if it's 4th of July, or candy or whatever. We bring stuff sometimes too. And then we're gonna start mailing them, and then we can call them too. So it's farming an area, and it does seem to make sense because they remember you, they know you as the local realtor, and so I'm gonna start farming more areas.
So is your farm area, it's just the 80 homes that you are able to get to? That's where you're starting with 80?
Well, with me and Shally, and then I have farms where I live, and there's
Okay.
200 that I hit here.
Beautiful. Okay. And so talk us through this last campaign that you did with Shally this week. What did you deliver? What did you say?
I try to think of the month and what we're doing, and I couldn't really think of, I didn't really want to do like a New Year thing, so I did like more of a Super Bowl thing. So one side of the flyer has like, there's low inventory, we want to sell your home, basically. And then the other side this time was just something more fun, like Super Bowl fact or fiction, like things.
Okay. All right.
But it's always different.
Okay, I like it. If you have the flyer that you created, can you drop it in the chat just so we could see, use for inspiration, R&D it as well? Thank you, Kelly. I absolutely love this. What do you guys think the biggest challenge is, or why people miss when they farm? What do you think the biggest reason why people fail at farming? Anybody have a clue?
Consistency.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like people say a farm, oh, when? Oh, well, a couple months ago I knocked on. That's not a farm. That's just knocking on doors. A farm has an intentionality. And when you think about it like this, you could break it down to mailers, knocking, seasonal, and then market update. So it's not like you're mailing something every single month, because that could be very, very costly, and you're looking at maybe a 0.5% of a return on that investment. I don't think it's worth it. However, if you mail and then you knock the next month, and then you bring something seasonal like a flag or whatever it is, and then you bring a market update, now that same 80 group of people get to see you, plus they got something in your mail. Hey, I'm following up on what I've sent last month. Here's the new thing. So now Kelly becomes a fixture in that community. So I really like the consistency that you're doing, Kelly, and I love the intentionality behind it. Really, really good stuff. Let's go to the dream team all the way over from their studio. Let's go live and direct back to the studio to you guys. Let's hear from you.
Thank you, Elias. We are live in Brentwood, and one of the great things about this dynamic partnership is we're going to do a lot of things this year. One of the things I wanted to share is going back to the basics, but like not keeping it very simple. So with intensity, we know that we have the 3 reels that we need to post every week. So I introduced Term Tuesday. I need the alliteration of like, just to know that I'm going to have that consistency. So I posted my first video on Tuesday of just vocabulary. And then instead of sending it to all of you, my lovely realtor partners, I started sending it out to people that follow me that are just friends and family, just to like, hey, this is something that I'm doing, give me feedback. And that led to, I had 3 different people come up to me in person, and I didn't even really know that they followed me, but someone else sent it to them or they saw it in a story. And they're like, the video quality was great. So definitely making use of the shred editors. Jay is fantastic. I'm getting so many compliments on this particular video, but how simple and clear my message was is just a reminder to not overthink it. But each of those people let me know like, oh, I'm gonna keep looking out for people for you. I'm gonna know that I can send, like, I know that I can send people to you. So just that video of keeping it really simple was a new thing that I implemented this week and will continue.
All right, so let's just take a look at this, you guys, just for inspiration, so you guys can look to here for, not for comparison, but for inspiration. So when I look at your page right now and I look at your post, are you referring to this last one, determination? Or are you referring to the one that was this one with the list price?
List price.
Okay, cool. Here's what I loved about this, and you guys are going to be seeing more and more of this. Talks from your car. Those are things that are going to do really well in 2025. Now, the polished pieces will work for your baller listing, so on and so forth. But being able to just get real with people in the moment, those things are going to do really, really well. And as you can see, based on these stats, now I can't see how many times it was saved and followed, but what I can see is that this thing was viewed 1,295 times, and you can see Blessing has 1,136 followers. So the traction on this video is doing really good, but I think that there's more to this as well. Aesthetically, I don't know if this is something that you just decided to do. Actually, it is something you decided to do, but look at the flow. So, tons of content, really good stuff, but now I think you're in a new season. I think you're in a new season of how it looks aesthetically. You got this little pink parameters here. I think this font, these two match each other. So I think like you're evolving the way that it looks aesthetically, and you're evolving your content, which is really, really good to see. So great stuff.
Thank you.
Great stuff. Anything else you want to contribute?
No, that's it. It's templates. Just keep it simple. Like, there's no need to overthink any of this. Like, the reason it matches, it's a template. I literally just copy pasted, and that's what I'm going to use. Keeping it clean. I feel like I'm very wordy. So on my page, I wanted it to be as streamlined as possible. So the real covers, just making sure it's very short and sweet. The colors have actually always been consistent. Mine has always
Totally.
been black, white with a touch of pink, but the way that it showed up was too busy. So keep it consistent so people will look at it.
And hence her outfit today is also on brand. So love it.
Nice.
I saw a couple hands up. Let's make sure to keep those hands up, not just raise your hand, or don't just give me like a high five thing because it goes away. Make sure to use the raised hand icon. We all want to know what the cat's name is.
Oh, the cat's name is Felix. He's
Felix.
new. Blessing's not the biggest fan of him yet, but
It's her only flaw. It's okay.
he's gonna grow. He's gonna grow on her. I did want to share. I did something similar to Kelly, where I didn't do friends and family, but I went through my entire database, and everyone that was on the fence, it was probably 80, 90 people. Apple has a send later feature to where I can be up at 10, 11 at night watching Netflix and sending text messages. So I went through, because I take really detailed notes for my clients, and I went through and just tried to word match what they said. Like, oh, I know you said you're waiting for the new year. I know you said you're waiting for your taxes. I hope your new year's is off to a great start. Is homeownership still on the radar for 2025? If it is, I think it's a good idea to set up an appointment so that we can chat and game plan. And I got probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 appointments from that. So yeah, definitely just put it out there, especially people that you haven't heard from for 6 months. Say, hey, is it still a goal for you in 2025? And a lot of times it is. They just need somebody to bring it back up on the radar.
Love this. Love this. Let's go to Otis, then we'll go. I think I saw Patrick's hand up, then we'll come back to Kelly. If that hand was up, let's throw him up again so I don't miss it. Let's go, Otis.
I love these things because I love hearing like how everybody's implementing their things and like sometimes you're already doing it, so it kind of empowers you to do it. So like with Kelly, me and Jacob are doing the same. Our listing hopefully is going to close today. If not, it closes Tuesday, but we're going to be doing the same, going out there, being part of intensities, really woken our game up, getting our patterns down. And it was kind of funny that I already kind of implemented some things and like ironically, like damn near mostly all of them are in intensity in our metrics, right? So I told them that we have to start hosting open houses. We got to really start leaning on our sphere of influence. So that's what I've been doing. Yesterday when I was at the office with Ilona, I totally blew her mind when I was like, you know what we're doing, you know, like when you shoot content, everybody just calls it content nowadays. But that's why I like when you say I'm gonna go shoot a piece, right? Everything that we're doing is a piece. Now you can also implement segments. When I told her I'm gonna go do some segments, she was like, what's a segment? And we start joking about that. So with the reels, I want my reels to kind of be standing out differently than what the metrics were. That's why I was asking you about some of the things about like doing the new developments and stuff like that. So we're gonna be doing segments. I'm gonna be doing segments specifically, like, you know, a lot of realtors be on the go. So a way to connect with realtors as well as connect with foodies, because if nobody's really been paying attention to the Bay Area culture as far as influencers out here, it seems like the biggest following and the biggest numbers come from the people that are doing foods. You got the Snack Sensei, you got Grubbin with Mike, you got Boosie Brunch. These people are doing literally millions of follows on food. So we're just trying to tap into those markets while they're still feeding into the foodie, but still implement it as a realtor, as realtors on the go, people on the go, holler at O. So that's one of the segments I'm gonna be doing. And then storytelling to get people from that audience to our audience in real estate. So that's what we're focusing on, specifically me like really shoving down my sphere of influence that I'm a realtor, because that's what I haven't been doing for my 3.5 years in the business. So I'm really gonna start running the bag up on my people instead of having to do online or referrals. Like I want to make sure that, you know, it's coming in on all aspects. So the door knocking, the segments, everything. So I'm really excited for the next 4 weeks and to see what I can dip in my bag, not only to finally, get my place and show myself on the screen more, which I know is really easier for me, but I just need to start doing it, and intensity's really pulled my card.
I love this. I love this. You guys, you're going to see a shift, and you've already seen this shift, and it's happened, over the last 5 years. But as we move forward, like we're going to say goodbye to malls in general. This is my prediction. I think we're going to say goodbye to malls in general. Now, the malls that exist in Las Vegas and high-end malls, Scottsdale, Arizona, things like that, like the very high-end malls, I think those will be around for a while. But stores like Macy's, stores like Kohl's, stores that we love, like JCPenney. I don't even know how JCPenney survives, quite frankly. But like when you look at commerce and how the consumer mind has changed, so those things are going to start to go away. If a business was going to launch today, let's say I have a taco shop and I want to build up my taco shop. The last thing that I'm going to do is spend any type of money on paid advertisements. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the local community on Instagram, and I'm going to find who are the top foodies in my area. And I'm going to reach out to those people. Hey, Patrick, I see that you're a foodie. I love how many reviews you get. I love all the things that you're doing. We're launching a new business. It's called, Tacos by Elias. And I wanted to hire you to do a video for us or come out and just plug it. I'll give you free food, and just, we want you to come out and do a plug. I'll pay you $500. Like, influencer marketing is something that we're all going to have an opportunity to do. And so when you think about the reach that you have as a realtor, obviously you're giving yourself brand awareness, but you have the opportunity as you build more followers and as you grow this community, when you get to a certain point, people want to hear your voice. Otis, hey, will you do a quick video about our new place? Yeah, that's 2 miles away from my new listing. Absolutely. You guys are influencers, even if you're just starting on your journey or whether you're super, super consistent with the journey. Each of you have that ability to eventually be able to monetize in different ways. I saw this video yesterday. This guy, he's a YouTuber, gave out $10,000 worth of free tacos. Made the video, line out the building. So you guys all have this opportunity, right? All of you have this opportunity to build, and build. So Otis, I love what you're doing, not only real estate, but really tapping into the community, places to get food. The food scene in the Bay Area is unlike any food scene anywhere I've ever been. So love it. Really good stuff. Let's go over to, I forgot where I was at. Let's go to Patrick, and then we'll go to Kelly, and then keep your hands up. Love what you're doing, Otis. Let's go, Patrick.
Yeah, and I'm super excited for everyone. So for me, my plan for this weekend is actually pretty content heavily focused. But first, I have to hit up my 43 on my hot list and FUB. That's my plan. Set up my appointments for the next 2 weeks. But I'm excited for today. Actually, I'm shooting 3 content or skits, and why I'm excited about that is because I'm utilizing a bunch of my financial industry network. So people that have 20,000 followers, 50K and up. That's really into content creation. We're all ganging up. I'm gonna collect. We're gonna meet up each other later on, and essentially it's gonna be a Squid Game skit. So it's going to be a play on that, right? It's gonna be like, for example, the first one is tax deduction, right? Take the red light, green light, make a step if it's a tax deduction type of stuff. So it's like fun kind of financial, educational, kind of skits, and I think it's really fun and professionally made. So I'm excited to share that with everyone. Another thing too that really worked well for me is last week I sent out this kind of morning brew style newsletter email, kind of summarizing kind of the year that happened for San Francisco, and it worked really well for me. I'm still following up with a couple people. I basically have 3 new old buyers coming back in, and also teamed up with my VA loan officer guy. Got him to send me some free brochures that's branded. So I'm going to be going around the recruiting stations and passing around some brochures and just dropping it off, and just another passive kind of lead generation at that point. But that's the plans for this weekend.
Man, what I love about this is there's this clarity, right? Like you guys are we're here for support, but you guys are running your own business. If you don't know what you're doing day in and day out or what's going to move the needle in your business, then you're going about this blind. And so absolutely love this. When you look at your social as well, let's just share this. You can see an evolution as well. Like let's look back at some of Patrick's early videos, right? He's been super consistent. As you can see, he's worked on different thumbnails, right? You can see here, this is kind of faded out. You have the white, and the margins on the side. You can see each of these. Like, I think it's just been evolution. And then you have this kind of going into this, let me get my pen here, this style here, right? With this overlay on it, which I liked. I thought I was a big fan of this. And then you've started to evolve into something different. And now what we see here is what I believe is kind of your thing when it comes to this font. So how did you land on this font? Is this what is this font, by the way? I want to know what this is, because this seems to be your flow here, like the Sierra Highlands. Where did you find that? How do you do this? Where do you create it? Is it on Canva? Is it in Typorama? How are you creating these thumbnails?
Yeah, it's all in CapCut. I think it's a tactical, something like that. I think the font name. But I really like it. I like the color, the orangey yellowish. I feel like it's welcoming, it's warm. I don't know, it just fits in with the brand that I'm trying to represent. But I am trying to fine tune this kind of template and kind of have a more uniform profile grid. But I don't know. I feel like that's not my prerogative too. I just want to check out some content, and figure out my branding later.
Yeah, I think that it's as you're figuring it out, and you're going to have different seasons and different iterations, it still looks very, very aesthetically pleasing, and obviously the content needs to be there first and foremost. But as you go back into your content and go back into your wall, that's your business card. So it's like, all right, can I make things look a little bit differently? Like, see what Blessing's doing, see what you're doing. Look at Dominique. Look at the evolution of what even Mel's doing. Right? She never had these covers. And I told her, I was like, hey, give people a reason to want to click on that. And I think that that your videos are giving people a reason to want to click and go further, right? Now that I'm here, do I want to stay, meaning follow you? And so I think it's a really, really good flow. I'm loving what's happening, and I'm excited for chapter 2.0. So really good stuff, and I love your plan for the weekend. Let's go to Kelly, and then we'll go to Deep Blood. So let's go, Kelly. And I have a couple other questions for you guys.
I just had a quick question. Like, I always had my Instagram set to private, and I just kind of opened it up to public. And I wanted to ask how you guys are getting your followers. And obviously, like, I do a lot of video content, but I'm very raw. I just spit it out. But so now with all the tools that you guys are giving, I want to up my game as far as making my videos look more professional, stuff like that. But my question is, how are you guys, getting your followers and stuff?
Yeah, so I'd love to hear from you guys, and I'll just speak from personal experience. It's just been the Pete Rose mentality. And what I mean by Pete Rose mentality is I'm just going to keep on hitting singles. I'm going to keep on hustling every day. And then what happens is that one of your videos gets a lot of traction, right? You get a home run. And so the consistency is the only thing that will separate you. Because you think about this, stories are gone in 24 hours. Those are seen by the people that know you already and that follow you. A reel, Instagram's giving you an opportunity to go out to strangers, right? And then through that consistent visibility from strangers, people are going to tap in. People are going to tap in. People are going to tap in. Also, start following people. Start following people in your community. Start following the restaurants, the foodies, the people that you want to associate with, and give them a reason to stay. Meaning, if you follow them, like, who is this person? I'm going to go to her page. Oh, she looks like somebody that's interesting. I'm going to stay and I'm going to follow her. So for me, I use the Pete Rose mentality. Pete Rose mentality is just single. Eventually I'll get a home run, but my business is open to the world. But I'd love to hear from you guys. Tell me what your thoughts are, how to build an audience. Somebody like Ashley has, close to 10,000 followers. I don't want to have this whole social media conversation, but she asked this. So Ashley, you want to talk?
Yeah, I put it in the chat, but you have about 6 seconds to capture people's attention. So you can literally Google or Chat GPT good hooks that go with the idea that you're looking at. And then do a call to action at the end. Like, don't forget to follow me for more real estate tips, and make it shareable. Instagram's big on community and getting people to talk together and share videos to each other. So if it's something like a local restaurant or something that's going on in the area that people can share with their friends, or maybe a real estate tip that you don't think a lot of people know, like only 7% of people know you only need 3% to put down as a first-time home buyer. I can't believe only 7% of people know that, but something that's shareable is going to get more traction. Instagram's going to reward you and then show it to more people.
And you share it to people. So don't just leave it to the algorithm. Like, once you post something, go through your friend list, share it to everyone, and that's going to help increase your numbers. Share it to your story and create that traction yourself too.
Correct.
Yeah. So Kelly, and it's all going to come down to consistency, build that body of work, and then start to analyze. And also look at the things that you're saving as well. When I look at things that I've saved, is, it's a lot of motivational stuff, it's a lot of sales stuff, and when we were in the Christmas season, but I'm looking at these things and I leverage that for ideas and for opportunities. I found this girl, she does like sales training, and like she's got some of the most fire stuff, but the way she opens up her hooks, I'm like, damn, she's like, I'm gonna give you 6 objections in the next 60 seconds, so let's go. Like, fuck with me. Like, and it's just so raw, her style of how she handles objections and sales skills, like straight fire. So be brash, be yourself, be raw. That's your brand, and don't ever stray away from that, but be consistent with it. I love it, Ashley. Really good stuff. Love it. Blessing. Let's go to D Bledsoe, and then we're gonna go to the next question. Let's go, D.
Good morning. In the words of Otis, I'm gonna talk about pieces or segments. I had my seller a few months ago tell me that consumers are lazy and they like to see home tours because they're not going to get out every day, every weekend and go look at homes. And so I started noticing the content that I post, I get the most interactions and views on property tours. So at the beginning of the year, I put it on my calendar to schedule 3 property tours in one day, bring 2 changes of clothes, and knock that out in one day, just like I content batch in the office to go along with those more polished pieces, just to again up the game because I'm looking at the metrics. So I have that on my calendar every week now. And then it also made sense because I'm reading The Anxious Generation right now, and it's more so talking about kids and their interactions with devices and the ramifications of that. But anyway, that's saying also that people now in the future don't want to go outside unless they have a reason to. Like, unless there's a bona fide reason for them to go to that store, that restaurant, or that house, basically, once they see it on the internet, it verifies that they need to go do that. The Anxious Generation, super good book. I'm almost through it. But yeah, in terms of content, that's helped me to refine it now that I've gotten used to making it and putting it out there. Now just paying attention to the metrics. The property tours work. Look at how Coon's numbers go up when he posts a property tour. Like, you got to do what works. So I've connected the dots there, and so that's a large part of my strategy now in terms of farming and trying to get new people attracted via the internet is more property tours.
Man, I love this. Part of you guys' flow every single week, despite what level of production that you're at. If you're selling 20 homes a year, if you're selling 40 homes a year, put this into your flow. You should be always touring 10 to 20 homes every single week, just previewing them, right? And if while you're there and you want to shoot some content, then shoot some content. Now, if you're not mentioning the address, you don't necessarily have to ask for permission. Now, it's nice to ask for permission just to make sure in case they see it and they're like, take that down. Do what you're going to do. But you can say, hey, I'm out here in Daly City previewing this 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house situated on a cul-de-sac for less than $900,000. Let's go take a look, right? I didn't say the price. I didn't say the actual price, and I didn't say the address. And so previewing properties allows you to have content, allows you to put your own spin on it. I saw this lady, and you might follow her. She does real estate hide and seek, right? Let's go inside this house to play real estate hide and seek. She's like hiding behind the curtain. It's like, do you know where I'm at? Maybe I'm under the couch, and like, oh no, I'm right here, right? Do you know where I'm at? Oh, I'm right behind the refrigerator. So she makes it fun. There's also this girl in Utah. I forgot her name, and hopefully it comes to me. She's a blonde girl, and she sits with her leg out with her mic like this. She's super, super funny. And she talks about the actual, not the house. She talks about like, this house is big enough to hold all the dreams that you have lost over the last years or whatever it is. Like, she makes it funny. And like, she's so stoic and so serious with her face. I'm like, she was voted like BAM's like top 10 creators for the 2024, but find some fun ways to do it. Have some, be creative with it. There's no rules on how you talk about the house. Just don't talk shit about the house. A consumer, that is a gem.
And a good example of that too is Michael Swanson, one of our previous teammates. Like, he's totally switched up, gotten comfortable with putting himself in that role of I love it. I love that content. You know, it might not connect to everybody, but who he's trying to reach is going to work for them.
He's found his lane.
Whichever way.
Yeah. He's found his lane for sure. Otis, you had another hand up. I want to make sure I don't miss it.
I think that, you know, everybody does a great job at doing that. And I think that we could kind of start thinking outside the box again, because intensity's been making me do that. But we need to start flowing the neighborhoods. I think that a lot of people, you know, certain people, I don't want to buy in that place in Oakland. I don't want to buy in that place in Richmond. It's just because the train thought, like, maybe, yeah, 15 years ago in Richmond, shit used to go down over there. But neighborhoods change, people buy in, people buy out. So I think that, you know, part of our job is selling, you know, the neighborhoods as well as the school districts. So that's what you're gonna be seeing a lot of me doing it. I didn't want to put it outside the bag, but it's gonna come out after this week anyway, and y'all teammates, and I love everybody. So we got to start doing that way too, because it'll just make a whole wave of people come want to buy something from you, or even just be curious because there's like, oh well, shit, he's out there, you know. So I think that's cool. I think that's a good way to like get into some ways of being different.
Yeah, you guys, here's the thing. Like I've said this time and time again, each of you are digital mayors. You're digital mayors. You're commentators and you're journalists of your specific cities. If you just go on here, and I don't want to spend too much time on this, but we're here. Fuck it. So let's go. So if you go on to bayeast.org and go into communities, so if you go right here into consumers and you go to city information, any of you anywhere on this call can pull up a city. Let's say it's San Ramon, say it's Danville. I don't care where it is. Let's just go Dublin because that's where she's going to eat tonight. And you go to city of Dublin, what you can do is you could find out who has logged any requests for a city permit, who's building, what's going on, stay informed, all these things, development activity. Like if you pour in to your city and you really want to understand what's going on, then go to these city websites. Every single city in the Bay Area has its own website. I want to know what's happening. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to broadcast and I'm going to be a journalist. And I promise you, I've said it time and time again. I'm so glad that Otis brought this up. Go out there and see what's going on in your community and build content around that, you guys. This is such an amazing way for you to stay ahead of the curve, but also be the person that's viewed as the expert in your area. So much opportunity for you guys. And so really good stuff. Great reminders for everybody. Everybody that is here on this call has an opportunity to dive in. That's just one source. You guys have all kinds of other sources. And so really good stuff. Let's shift gears. I have another question for you guys. When we talk about the influence, the impact, the words that we're saying, the flow, I wanted to ask you guys, was there a specific action that helped you convert a lead this week or book for an appointment or schedule for a, buyer consultation? Was there a set of words? Was there a phrase? Was there a way that you took the conversation that maybe they were opposed to it? You were able to open them up through your cadence, through the questioning, through the way that you led the conversation. Is there anything that you guys want to share in the context of the verbiage that you were using with a consumer that helped you get an appointment this week? Other than texting, other than your videos, other than your email campaigns, was there anything that you said live on a phone call with a consumer that helped you to convert for an appointment? Anybody? And I see you guys thinking. I love this. I love this. Anybody? Going once? Going twice? All right, cool. I want to ask you guys another question because these are going to be tough. If you right now, say you were in my position and you brought on a brand new agent and this agent was looking for a playbook and you're going to say, you know what, here's the Gabby playbook. Here's the Liz Serta playbook. Here's the Andrea Roberson playbook. What would that playbook look like for you guys? And I want you to think about this because if you can sit down and write what your weekly playbook would be based on the demands, based on the need, and based where you're currently at in your business, what would that actually look like? Well, I'd probably go to the office or I'd spend at least an hour prospecting and I would hit the pavement. I would create at least 3 videos. What does that playbook look like? And I want you guys to really, really write that out because if you can sit there and write what that playbook would be, then you have to reflect and say, are these things that I'm doing? Or there's things that I used to do. Now I'm going to get back to the basics. Or it's like, damn, I don't do any of these things. I know that I should be doing it. And I want you guys to write yourself a weekly playbook. And as you grow and as you develop and as you get busier, I want you to add to that playbook and I want you to be able to share it. And also, that is a really good video. What's up, you guys? Hey, I put together a weekly playbook. So if you're somebody out there that is a realtor that's kind of figuring out what to do, here's my playbook. Last year, I sold X amount of homes. This has served me in my business. Would love to share that with you. If you're thinking about agent attraction and bringing people into this amazing company, like give them something. I promise you, if I look around the room right now, each of you, I know Otis has a playbook. Is it written? Is it illustrated? Is it documented? Probably not. It's in his head. He knows what's up. But does he have the playbook? Does Patrick have a playbook of here's what he does as soon as he gets an appointment? Here's how he's gotten the appointment. Here's what he does post appointment. Here's how he recaps the follow-up. And here's how he prospects daily. Somebody mentioned their hot list earlier. Wonderful. Well, what is a hot list? Right? I check it on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. People that have looked at a home recently without any communication from me in over 48 hours. That's a hot list, right? So put together your playbook, weekly playbook. Stick to your playbook. And if you look at it and you're not sticking to it, then hopefully that's a good reminder for you to get back on your shit. Otis, let's go over to you really quick, and then we're going to start to shift gears.
I'm gonna fuck you up with this one. It's intensity. I thought that being an advisor, was gonna be challenging, but already kind of like taking the steps to doing that and working with Jacob in our partnership, I use that as a key. Like, I think that not only did we miss out because the market was tough, but I think that I mentally, didn't give him that playbook you're telling him. I just put him straight to work. I didn't give him those steps. So part of that is me joining intensity to do that, because I can be honest with him and I can be honest with all you guys. Like, with all my success, like, I was taught by you guys how to be a realtor, but I didn't take that path of doing what I was supposed to do each step along the way. I just got busy and started converting. So there's a lot of flaws in my beginning stages, which makes the repetitive business or the not need so, online usage of online leads and referrals again. So I think that, now it'd be easier for me to attract the agent because I can be like, here's the playbook. You know what? Scratch that. Let's get back to the basics. I want to write a new playbook with you day by day. And part of that is I am documenting my journey through intensity, because I made a video of it yesterday when I was in the office. Like, I will not be embarrassing myself. I am not going to fail. I'm going to pass this thing. I'm not going to do like you guys said. Like, I really caught on to what you and Vernon were saying that first meeting when you guys were like, I see your guys' brain, because you could see it. And even I was in that mindset too. Like, we're trying to find ways of cutting through the actual process, right? So really hold myself accountable by saying, when I say I did all these 18 metrics, I'm doing it. I'm not just saying, okay, that counted because it was one question. Like, really holding ourselves accountable so I can, do everything that you said. So I just wanted to share that because it was awakening that this push for me and myself and my business through this program is just really going to catapult me, because it is the basics. You have to be doing this shit every day if you want it to be in abundance. And I want it to be more of abundance for me. So I'm glad to be joining this shit today.
I love it. I love it. You guys, I'm just going to give you a quick example. If you're looking at hot lists, if you're looking at your target list, if you're looking at the people that you should be focusing on, you guys, I just ran a quick search in our own database. Now, if you've gone through your 30-day checklist, you have access to the data, to the leap on. And quite frankly, if you don't have shit going on, you should be getting on the phones. If you have nothing right now, if I ask you for a pipeline review and you can't tell me that you have active buyers that you're working with, well, I got somebody that said that maybe, no, then go make an appointment, right? I just did a filter. I said last communication here was more than 5 days and the last activity was 1 day ago. Okay, I just ran a very simple filter on Follow Up Boss right now. I'm looking at this, and you can see who these people are. You can see when they came into the system, so on and so forth. And you could see, based on where these people are at, like who has had a hand raised, right? 12 hours ago. I could filter this by pawns. 18 hours ago, right? This is a Real Scout lead. So the point here is that, and I can go here, I can go, I can just source this out. I can do stages, tags, I can do last communication. The point is, like, you guys have an ability to look at the database and just filter it from last communication and last activity. Do that in your own database, but if you want to do that in the lead pond, by all means, now it's going to show you all of the people that have accessed a home search, I have looked at a home in the last day or so, and the communication from us is 72 days, 72 hours or longer. There's people in 5 minutes ago, right now, looking at a home, right? And they're window shopping. Now, whether or not they're ready, it doesn't matter. Hi, Princess. I noticed that you were just looking at homes in the Walnut Creek area. Typically, when someone looks online, they're ready to buy now, or they're just in the looking phase. Where would you say you're at? Oh, we're just in the looking phase. Okay, then perfect. Then that opens up the conversation. When you say you're just looking, tell me a little bit about the search. How long have you been at it? Okay, what is the ultimate goal? Well, we want to buy a house. So do you want to be in the house by May, or do you want to start the process by May? Wonderful. Have you started a relationship with the lender? It just sparks the conversation. You guys have all the data. That's why having a hot list Monday, Wednesday, and Friday allows you to start diving in based on consumer behavior and say, hey, fuck, these people raised their hand. I know that 6 months ago you were looking for a home in Dublin. Normally when someone's looking, they're ready to buy now, or they're just in the looking phase. Where would you say you're at today? Well, we're just looking. Okay, perfect. What are you looking for? What's your time frame? What are your goals, and what do you want to accomplish? And what's standing in the way? What would need to happen in order for you to be ready to purchase a home? Cool. I'm just getting as much information as I can. So here's what we do next. I want to educate you on everything that's happening in the market right now. I want to make sure that I help you understand the buying process from start to finish. And I'm also going to share with you our strategy and how we became the #2 team in the world for our brokerage and how we get offers accepted, right? Like book a fucking appointment. You guys are salespeople. Book an appointment. You guys have all the data within our own database. Dive into that. And then also go to your own. Run your hot list Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I promise you guys, I promise you, you get on the phones, everyone's going to book an appointment. Everyone's going to book an appointment. And when I look at this, you guys, you have your own metrics. You have your own goals. You have your own aspirations. And you know what? So do I. So do I. I look at it this way as a company. We want to increase our production 20% year over year. And so I have to say, okay, well, what does that actually look like? Well, that's 937 units for our target in 2025. What does that mean per month? That means that on an average, units per quarter, sorry, this number's off, units per quarter, we got to do 234. So when I'm thinking about this, when I'm thinking about what needs to be done and how we impact the company, I have my own metrics as well, right? I have my own metrics as well. I want to help you guys get to the numbers that you guys want to hit, but I'm looking at it also from a large level to say, how could we, raise the needle just a little bit, And I promise you guys, there's opportunities right now, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Go in, create your hot list, find the opportunities in the database. I promise you, there's people on this call right now that have booked appointments from the database. Now, if it's not a market that you serve, partner with somebody. Like, hey, Kelly, I don't really serve Solano County, but I got an appointment. Cool, let's partner on this. Leverage the heck out of the team. So you guys, that's my sentiment. That's my thoughts. On Monday, I'm going to ask for a couple people to host Keep It Moving group coaching. And DM me after this if you'd like to be a host. I need 3 people to host. I'll give you my access. I'll have Judith on, and she'll help you guys open up the room, and you guys run your route. Whatever you want to create in the space for that hour, it's completely yours. And I might lean on you guys as well for Wednesday. On Tuesday morning, Kenny and I get to ring the bell at the NASDAQ. I've said this, and I'll say it again. I could not be more excited. I'm more proud. And yesterday, I got a text message from Leo Perea, who is the CEO of our beautiful company, EXP, asking me if everything was all right with my wife. That message solidified, which I didn't need the solidification, it just solidified why I'm here, why I'm at this company, how this company is so large, over 87,000 people at this company. And I got a text message from him asking me if my wife was okay. Like, so much power. So our thank you to them, to the company, to the leadership is to continue to perform at a high level, to continue to build exceptional salespeople like yourself, and continue to show the industry how much of a movement, not only we are as a team, but how we have represented this entire industry as a company and how we separate ourselves. And I'm gonna give you guys some stats here. When you think about our fast forward movement group, and I'll give you actuals, and I think I might have this in my notes. When we think about our fast forward movement group, check this out. There's a hashtag, unfuckable with. When you think about our fast forward movement group, just that group alone produced more real estate transactions and more volume than Real as a brokerage overall, as a company in 2024. Think about that. So over $50 billion of production just from fast forward movement. We're not even talking about the whole entire EXP as a company. And there was 102,000 transactions. I have goosebumps talking about this. 102,000 transactions that were done through fast forward movement. And 1 in every 50 transactions involved a fast forward movement member in EXP. 1 in 50. Think about that. So when you guys think about the Monday Mastermind, should I go? It should never be a fucking question. Just go. You come here, you take a half an hour break, and you go there. I'm there. There's no more master classes going to be on Mondays at 11 because it's like keep it moving. And then we got our mastermind. And then we have a master class, the burnout. But I will tell you this, you guys, tap into that. There's so many great things going on. To think that our Fast Forward Movement group did more production than Real as a company, I'm so proud to be here. I'm so glad to ring that bell. And I'm so glad to represent each and every one of you and what you have been able to create in our environment. This is all because of you guys showing up and doing the fucking work. So I'm proud of you. And I'm going to go out there and I'm going to rep our flag and I'm going to rep it hard. So you guys, thank you. Feel free to send me a text message if you want to be one of our hosts for Monday. Happy birthday, Ophi. Happy birthday to Chicken Mom. Happy birthday to Jacob. And happy birthday to everybody else that I might have missed. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And as always, keep it moving toward your dreams, goals, and vision. Peace.